Jared, are you still not finished with work yet?
Huh? Brittany?
Hey, I am waiting for you right now outside of your office.
Seriously?
Hurry up and get out of there.
Wait, I thought we talked about this before. I said that starting today the company would see a large increase in work, and then I'd be having to work longer days to keep up with demand?
Well, why not just have some loner of an office worker do your work for you? We have bigger things to do besides working, since we've only just gotten married a few months ago. In other words, tell everyone you're leaving for the day and come out here. They should all be able to understand that you just got married a little while back and you have a young wife to be with at home. And anyway, it's your job as the husband to put your lovely wife ahead of everything else in the world. So tell your boss you're done for the night and let's go out on the town.
I can't just get up and leave work for that. And I have a meeting really soon with an overseas client that I won't be able to skip today. I promise you that in a couple of weeks, things will begin to slow down again, and we can start thinking of date ideas.
What? Are you kidding me?
If I don't get back to preparing for the meeting soon, people are going to start getting on me. I'm going to have to stop talking here.
Come on, Jared. I even went ahead and got myself all dressed up for tonight. What's wrong with you?
Brittany, I just got home a couple minutes ago. Are you not in the house right now? Could you at least tell me where you plan on going out to before just leaving? Being out this late on your own worries me a little.
You're actually worried about me now?
Of course I am. You're out late at night and haven't told me where you've gone off to.
Well, I'm not out on the streets or anything, so you don't need to be worried.
Did you go over to one of your friends' houses?
Well, you could call them a friend of mine.
What the heck does that mean?
Well, how can I say this? Anyway, they said that I can stay the night at their place tonight.
What friend's house, though?
I'll tell you tomorrow.
But by that point, there really won't be a reason to tell me.
I'm going to go to sleep soon, so I'll talk to you later. Good night.
Hold on a second, Brittany. How have things been going, Melody? It sure has been a little while. I'm sorry for having to text you this late in the evening, but I have something really important to talk with you about. Do you have time to talk with me right now?
Jared, a long time no see. We haven't seen each other since we graduated from high school, I think. What do you have to talk about?
I'm really sorry for getting you involved in something like this, but I wanted to ask if you were still planning on getting married to Brett.
Yeah, I am. We both work for the same company and have become really loving towards one another. Right now, we are even living in the same house together.
Is he home right now?
Ever since yesterday, he has been out helping one of his friends move out of their old house. And so, I haven't seen him since then.
Is that so?
So...
Unfortunately, I think that he is having an affair with my wife.
What?
And even worse than that, I believe that the two of them have been in this secret relationship before I even got married to my wife.
What?
But I still don't have a whole lot of proof that all of this is actually happening. However, right now I'd really like to learn more about what's going on. And that's why I've come to you to ask some questions on everything. Do you mind giving me some of your time?
Then, do you mind if I have my dad join us to hear about what's all going on?
Well, if you think it'd be important enough for him to hear about, then go right ahead and bring him along.
Thank you so much.
It'd help me a ton if we could start talking about this more as quick as possible.
Then I'll go and ask him if he has some time right now. After that, I'll let you know when we can continue these talks.
Alright. Thank you so much, Melody. Hey, Brittany! I was starting to worry why you weren't home yet, but then I stumbled across this divorce paperwork. What's this all about?
It's about time you got home from work. Aren't you a little late today?
I've told you plenty of times that I have to come home later now, because of work.
Oh, so you're still worried more about work than your new wife.
Hey, what the actual heck is going on here?
About what?
Remember how before we got married, I had to go through a phase at work like this where I wasn't home until later in the evening? This is the exact same thing. We had moments where we never were able to go on dates or anything, right? Yet you understood that back then. But why are you so upset about me having to stay late for work now that we're married? The whole reason I take on all this overtime is so that we'll have enough money to support a growing family in the future. And in your case, you've been wanting to be a housewife. So to balance that out, I have to work a little bit more than usual. But now you're acting like everything is wrong with what I'm doing? What the heck has gotten into you?
Oh. Maybe this means you still haven't noticed yet then, huh?
What?
So this is why the time spent alone without you has been so boring for me then.
What are you talking about?
Well, I have no other choice but to tell you about this now. While you've been wasting away working long hours each and every day, I have been spending time with your friend Brett, who was kind enough to make time for me.
What? Brett? And what do you mean by spending time with him?
I'm saying that I've been going with him to hotels to spend some time together. You know, doing things under the sheets to keep us warm.
Huh? At hotels?
I have been doing this with him for a while now. Even before we got married. And I thought that after we married, I wouldn't need to ever spend time with him in bed ever again, but...
Are you kidding me right now?
I was thinking that after we finally started calling each other husband and wife, you'd take better care of me. But I was let down by the fact that you still care more about work than me. And so I had to go right back to spending my time with Brett.
What the heck?
And so, tonight you just got home from work, right? Well, that divorce paperwork is for you to fill out and hand in for me. However, if you do come home from work on time tomorrow and spend all your time with me, I'll rethink leaving you and tell Brett that I'll no longer be seeing him.
Does this mean you're with Brett right now?
Of course. I'm cuddling with him at a hotel in town.
I see.
I think you're starting to get a little jealous now, huh? Well, anyway, once you've decided to fix things between us, please call or text me, okay? But until you change, I'm going to be with Brett. Jared, have you had enough time to think things over? Have you finally decided that you won't be staying late at work anymore? I wanted you to tell me the moment you decided on everything so that I could come home right away. But since you still haven't even said a single word to me about it, I guess I'll just have to spend another romantic night with Brett at this hotel then. Good morning, Jared. I'm thinking that I'll spend today with Brett at the hotel as well. That must feel pretty terrible for you, huh? I'm starting to feel a little weird myself. I have to tell my husband every single day that I'm with another man, and he doesn't even respond to me anymore. But I guess this is all your fault though, so I don't have to care. I don't even have to explain why this is all because of you, right? Jared! Can you stop ignoring me and just give me something? Don't you think that it's awful that your best friend is sleeping with your wife every single night? I might even start doing things with him without protection soon. So you wouldn't want to risk anything, right? This should all be destroying you, so maybe that means you're out searching for me right now, right? But I'm not going to tell you where I am until you tell me that you won't work late anymore, okay? Brett wants me to join him in the bathtub now. He says that he's got a new toy for me to play with. Well, I guess I'll just have to sleep with him again tonight.
Melody, thank you so much for yesterday. Does everything seem okay with you?
Jared, this is perfect timing. I got the evidence we need of Brett and Brittany being with each other.
Really? That's great. It's only been a day since we had planned this all out, right?
Actually, Brett had come home today around noon. While I was doing my work in the office, he seemed to have taken a small break to clean up in the bathroom. And during that time, I went and looked through his phone at all the texts him and Brittany have been sending. I also went and put a GPS tracker in his bag, so that I could track where he was at the exact moment. And right before he got out of the shower to get dressed and leave again, I hopped right back into my office and acted like nothing ever happened.
Amazing. You really were the bright one in our class. Well, I know it's a little late, but are we going to make our move now?
Yeah, I think that's the right call. But I'm waiting for my dad to have a word with some of our other leaders at our office. In the meantime, can you call Brittany's parents and let them know what's been going on?
Will do. Thank you again, Melody.
Jared! I'm in huge trouble. Come help me! This morning, while I was walking out of the hotel with Brett, there was someone waiting for him outside. They ended up taking the both of us and brought me all the way back to my parents' house.
I wonder where I should start from then. Well, first things first. I handed in those divorce papers for us.
What? You handed in the paperwork.
I sure did.
Well, why would you do that?
You should know better than to ask me that. And actually, why did you think I wouldn't hand them in for us? You told me days ago that even before we married, that you'd been going out with my best friend, and that you'd even continue to do it after marriage. But you were at least kind enough to get all that paperwork prepared for me. So, by that point, you made the answer pretty clear to me that you wanted me to turn it all in.
Are you saying that you never loved me?
Well, you're the one that's been cheating on me, so I'm kind of thinking the same thing of you. If anything, you could say that my love for you has been replaced with hate.
You hate me.
Why is that so hard for you to understand?
You're lying.
I have another thing to tell you about still. I haven't been best friends with Brett for many years now. And actually, we completely cut ties with each other back then.
What?
Before he started to go out with his current fiancée, Melody, he had been with this girl that just happened to be my girlfriend before he stole her from me. That's the reason why I couldn't be friends with him anymore. He thought that he was better than me in every way since he went to a nicer university, and so took it upon himself to make stealing my old girlfriend his goal. Of course, she ended up going with him when she realized that he was a much better man than me, and I had no other choice but to hate the both of them for that. That's why in the end, I had no problem with us cutting ties after all the years we have been great friends together. But now that it's happened a second time, with my wife, I'm not sure I can handle myself.
Next time I'll make sure to be more careful about who I choose to be with.
Next time? You think I'm going to be giving you another chance after this?
Well, listen. We never meant to have any serious feelings about each other while we've been sleeping together, so it's okay. I mean, right, it was just the two of us wasting time together.
Huh?
Brett had been looking for someone to waste some time with during his free time. And I was feeling lonely because you'd been out of the house for long periods of time. So we were only sleeping together to kill that time and loneliness until you got back from home and his girlfriend was ready for him.
I can't even start to believe what this crap is spewing from your mouth.
Why not?
You know about the fact that Brett has been engaged to a girl for a while now, right? It turns out that they plan to get married because they both work together, and his fiance's father, the CEO, wants Brett to become the next CEO after he retires. But now that we all know about Brett sleeping with you for a very long time now, they have all come to a new decision. They plan to cancel any chance of Brett becoming a CEO within the company, as well as are looking at terminating him from the company. And to add to that, there was going to be a merger of both Brett's fiance's dad's company and the company that Brett's dad runs. But now there will be no merger, and Brett's dad's company will most likely go bankrupt in the next year or so.
Wait, what the hell? He never told me that so many things were on the line.
Well, your guys' long-lasting fling has led to something very impactful happening.
This is all a lie. I never knew a thing about this. I never would have slept with him if he had this much to worry about. I was just lonely anyway, and needed someone there to hold me.
And so you needing someone to hold you made you decide that going to a hotel to make love with another man was okay? Well, we're no longer married to each other, so this talk won't get me anywhere. But I'm going to tell you right now that I want you to pay me a settlement, so make sure it is all paid off.
A settlement?
I'm sure that you'll be getting a visit from his fiance's lawyer as well, regarding a settlement as well.
Crap! You know that I don't have enough money to afford any of that. Please, Jared!
My lawyer will be seeking you later today, so you can ask him about all the details then.
Jared,
Maybe this is the perfect time for you to ask for Brett's hand in marriage or something. Goodbye, Brittany. After that, I left everything in the hands of my lawyer, since I really didn't have it in me anymore to listen to Brittany as she tried to make what she did to me seem like it was all okay. And then, after about a month, both myself and Melody were able to get the money we had asked for in the settlement from Brittany. Brittany wasn't able to get a proper loan to help her pay us, and neither of her parents were willing to give her any money after they found out about the whole story from me. So she was forced to use a loan shark, and has ever since been working her butt off, doing all types of part-time jobs from early morning to late at night. And in Brett's case, he was forced to watch as his dad's company fell apart and went bankrupt. His dad has now forced him into the tough role of having to clean up the aftermath, as well as work with the banks to try and salvage whatever he could for his dad. Luckily, he had the time to do so, since he was no longer working for Melody's dad. And so things worked out perfectly in that sense. And when it comes to me, after having my old friend not only steal my previous girlfriend, but also my wife from me, I finally realized that romance and love might not be the thing for me. So from now on, I'm going to start focusing more of my time and money into something like my hobbies, as well as traveling the world anytime I'm not working hard to help the company I'm with.